Hi, it's Valen again. Last year, just before the first lockdown, I was due to have an assessment, face-to-face assessment. That got cancelled, as all of them did. Um, and I've been expecting a phone assessment for quite a while now. And I received a letter this morning. uh, but as I said, I received it this morning, and the appointment is for tomorrow morning. Now, that's not a problem. Well, it is, but I can kind of handle that. But it just goes to show the kind of lack of humanity there is when, in the same letter that the appointment is for tomorrow, and it was only sent out last Friday, there is a section saying getting help and support, which says, please let us know as soon as possible, and this bit's in bold, at least 2 working days before your telephone assessment if you need a language interpreter or you need the assessment to be with a healthcare professional of the same gender, uh, on cultural or religious grounds. But the appointment is for tomorrow. So if I did need either of those, I wouldn't be able to arrange it because it has to be done 2 days before. But I received it today about 11 o'clock, the letter, and the appointment is for Wednesday, 24th of March, between 9:30 and 10:30 a.m. So I've had less than 24 hours notice, and if I needed any of that help and support, I wouldn't be able to get it because I would have needed to have had the letter on Monday. So, I mean, it's stressful enough to go through one of these assessments, even if it's on the phone, because you're having to drag up all the shit you'd rather forget. But then to have it kind of thrust on you with no notice, really, and with so little notice that you can't get the help and support that you might need if you actually need it. And they said, do you want to postpone it, reschedule it? I said no, because it's, like I said, it's frightening enough to go through it, traumatic enough to go through it in the first place. But to then reschedule it and have even more stress knowing it's coming up and not knowing, as I don't, whether I'm going to be well enough on the rescheduled day to be able to sort it out. I'm still suffering from the after effects of COVID, so I have brain fog. Luckily, the last couple of days have been okay. So it's just my usual brain fog, not the COVID enhanced brain fog. But it just goes to show how useless the DWP are, because they can't even make sure you've got plenty of notice for this to happen. You need to steel yourself for an assessment, even if it's on the phone, because of the trauma of having to go through the same shit. It's like going to a psychiatrist, and if it's not the usual one you see one of his team instead. You end up going through the same shit, dragging it all up, and it's traumatic. Well, that's what an assessment is. It drags up all the stuff you'd rather forget. You're worried about your income all the time anyway. But then you've got to drag up everything. You're just managing to exist. Live is not something you can actually do. You exist. You just find a way to exist with the stress of everything, and you try to forget the problems that have put you in this situation. And suddenly you're having to drag it all up again to justify the pittance that you get. And I've probably underclaimed. A lot of people are probably actually able to claim more and different types of benefits than they actually claim for, because the DWP doesn't tell you what you can claim for, because they're trying to keep the budget as small as possible. So I've got enough to just about pay my bills and everything. I don't live comfortably. I don't live extravagantly. I exist that I've got enough food to eat. Thank God I've got enough to sort the day-to-day stuff out, but I can't afford to have a pet anymore. If I have a vital piece of equipment go wrong, so if my oven goes wrong, if my fridge freezer goes, I'm screwed, because I won't be able to afford to buy a new one, even a second-hand one. So yeah, I just can't believe that they would spring something on with so little notice. In fact, I say I can't, but actually I totally do. I should have known that I would get virtually no notice. In fact, I was actually expecting a letter saying I'd missed an appointment, because that's what the DWP does. They don't take into account that the postal service isn't as quick during this pandemic, because there's backlogs happen because of people not being able to work. So anyway, this was supposed to be a short video. I do apologize, but it just goes to show you that the DWP still don't give a shit about the claimants, because they are so willing to just throw a date at you. Yes, you can change it, but that just adds more stress, and it's just not fair on us. Anyway, thanks for watching. Do subscribe if you're interested in this. There is going to be different content coming soon. I'm thinking of doing film reviews, although it's not new films. It's going to be uh, old films and just very short reviews, because I'm not going to go into a lot of crap as some reviewers do. I'm just going to say, is it worth watching and why it's worth watching, or if it's to be avoided, why it's to be avoided. So thanks for watching. Like I said, do subscribe if you're interested in any of the stuff that I'm intending on doing, and click the notification bell to know when I'm uploading a new video. Okay, see you later. Take care.